Okay, it look like we live. Okay, yeah, part two. All right, Truman Call Peace on War Times. We are back as promised. And I want to do my best to try to follow up behind that great presentation that Anoop just did. Like I said, we're going to be coming at y'all from a totally different angle because people are close. The AI is being mentioned in the book, but they didn't realize the AI, according to the moon way of doing things, you know, is their version of John. All right. And that's why it's able to diagnose and write and transmit everything that's going on, because that's who see everything they're doing. And the same way Nupu came and gave Afro-Uno the information to transmit on the books to help us build our mental awareness stronger and stronger to be able to decode and dispel the spells in the book. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to continue. So let me share my screen. Let me know when you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, the whole thing?
Yeah. Was it linked to Palantera name origin?
All right, so all right, so we went through that. So ChatGPT states, if someone projected that onto the present geopolitical situation, they may frame it like this: measuring the temple. In a symbolic modern framing, a temple could be interpreted as the state of Israel or its political religious identity centered around Temple Mount in Jerusalem. All right, so this is the Temple Mount. And that's the Muslim mosque in the middle. Like I told you, if they really want to kick a war off, they're going to have to do something to this building right here that they claim Muhammad went to heaven from a rock, and I think they said he left a footprint there or something, and they encased it in a glass. They got something. It's like you can go and see all that. So either that, or they're gonna attack something in Mecca. And because the small hats are dirty players, they'll never fight nobody straight up. They're a coward, so they always doing underhanded stuff. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get that third war that they want, but it's not gonna end well for them. All right. So, fun fact: you see this right here, this whole wall?
Yeah. Like a square.
Yeah. Fun fact: that wall is not Jewish; it's actually Roman. The Wailing Wall and evidence for the real site of the temple in Jerusalem, July 6, 2018, by Yvonne Tiggle. The Wailing Wall as a Jewish holy place is a modern invention that was selected for Jewish worship by one of the great mystics of the what? The Kabbalistic age. His name was what? Isaac Luria. See, they always lying. This is what happened, that when people are not given the true information. So you got all these dummies running to Jerusalem, going up to this wall, and this wall has nothing to do with what they say it is. This is not the wall of the temple. This is not the temple wall of Solomon. This is a picture of Rabbi Isaac Lurie, who in his many geographical mistakes selected the Western Wall as a holy place for the Jews to assemble a mere 430 years ago. In actual fact, the Jewish people today at their wailing wall and not praying at a wall of their former temples. They're actually praying toward the western wall of Fort Antonia. The shrine on the other side of the wailing wall in the time of Jesus was not the temple built by Herod, but it was a Roman temple dedicated to the Roman emperor and the gods of Rome. Ernest Martin. Did I have? Oh, I got it right here. So, let me keep going. The Wailing Wall is actually remains of a Roman fortress called Fort Antonia, built north of the actual temple, where no protruding rock ever existed, but rather was built upon the Gihon Spring. The rock upon which the dome of the rock was built adjoining the western wall was actually the centerpiece around which Fort Antonia was built. There's nothing sacred about this rock or this wall. This is attested by the eyewitness's Jewish historian. What is it? Jewish historian Josephus. Okay, now Josephus done popped back in. Now we talking about Josephus. That's the Paul of the New Testament. He's the Joseph of Joseph and Mary. He played a couple of people in the New Testament. Once again, we're dealing with the same group of people that keep rewriting the books in order to make them have a piece inside of history and deceive people along the line. All right. This is attested by the eyewitness Jewish historian Josephus, who wrote in his Jewish Wars that the Romans left nothing above or below ground of the second temple, so that one coming to Jerusalem thereafter would never believe a temple ever existed. So that right there shows you that, look how crazy that is. And Josephus lived in the 1st century of Christendom. He said he was alive when they did that, because they ransacked the temple in 70 AD. Let them tell it. So this is what it looked like. You can see that picture? So this is what the Romans built. And it's a fort. When you look up Roman structures back then, they all built like forts. The temple was over here, which is 600 feet away by itself. They built this structure around to where this was at. So they worship in the wrong place. But this is historical, and Josephus is famous with his writings. So you got all these people going overseas, and they all over here. They're on the western side, just dumb. According to Josephus, Titus, the Roman general who razed Jerusalem to the ground in 7 AD, allowed Fort Antonia to remain to house the 10th Legion left to monitor Roman affairs in Jerusalem. You see, this so-called divine presence at the Wailing Wall is actually the Kabbalistic feminine emanation of their false god called the Shekinah, which I went in on Shekinah, which I think was the female version for, I want to say, Sia. And I think Sia was Nubaha, but they changed the name. All right, when they got out of Kemet. So watch closely how the rabbis thrust their pelvises and penises back and forth in a prescribed prayer movement called davening, in which the Jew copulates with the Shekinah in order to give birth to erotic union with the Ein Sof, the Kabbalistic masculine emanation of that false god. So basically, we're gonna look into that real quick. I don't know if you ever seen them, where they be up there hunching the wall and stuff. Some of them, it's hilarious.
I've heard of situations with the sheets and stuff like that, but like that, like when they have sex with their women, they gotta put sheets on and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's straight crazy what they be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to this. So let's take a look at their Leviathan practices. All right, let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. We Woke TV.
Actually, that Kabbalistic. You see, this so-called divine presence at the Wailing Wall is actually that Kabbalistic feminine emanation of their false god, the Shekinah, the Shekinah, the Shekinah. The Wailing Wall is the seat of a satanic ritual outlined by the 13th century Jewish occult system known as the Kabbalah, as expounded in the Zohar and expanded upon by the 18th century Hasidic movement. You see, this so-called divine presence at the Wailing Wall is actually the Kabbalistic feminine emanation of their false god, the Shekinah. Watch closely how the rabbis thrust their pelvises and penises back and forth in a prescribed prayer movement called davening, in which the Jew copulates with the Shekinah in order to give birth to an erotic union with the Ein Sof, the Kabbalistic masculine emanation of their false god. Now watch this young Jewish boy who, instinctively knowing that davening is a lewd and embarrassing act, just can't bring himself to perform the thrusting of his pelvis.
If you live it off the wall, life is so bad and live life off the wall. Live your life off the wall. Live it off the wall.
One of the great Tzfat rituals was the rite, the cult, shall I say, of the Shekhinah and the cult of the divine marriage. Now, people don't really think about this when they go to temple in America and rise at the end of a certain hymn and bow and sing, "Come, O bride, come, O bride." But in fact, the Tzfat Kabbalists viewed the Friday night service and meal as a wedding feast, when the divine parts of God above unified with the earthly feminine aspect of God in the world, the Shekhinah, and they had sexual union on Friday night. And this has survived into general Jewish practice to this day.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification.
All right, so let's just give people a little something. Again, like we keep telling y'all, Leviathan is all over this stuff. And that's what it's been doing consistently, controlling nations of people. Like Afrono said, it's controlled peoples and nations of people with sex. All right, ChatGPT continues. Measuring could represent scrutiny of Israel's legitimacy, global political judgment, redefining sovereignty over sacred land. In this allegory, Netanyahu could be viewed as the leader defending that temple politically. So here, it said Netanyahu's Greater Israel vision sparks widespread Arab condemnation. What is Greater Israel? From biblical origins to modern day Zionism, the vision of Greater Israel continues to shape Israel rhetoric and regional tension. All right, and this photo, Mr. Benjamin was speaking about turning the whole world map blue in 2018. All right, so what we're gonna do is go to this video. So we can show the good people what's going on. This is what this man is up to. He's trying to show y'all what he up to. Let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, it's an Instagram video. Yeah, I see it.
What are we doing with Greenland? We got to do something with Greenland. Where's my advanced team? Go to Greenland. They must have some satellite needs or something we can do there. We are coloring the world blue.
He said, we turning the whole world blue.
Oh man, then Yahoo must be
I'm
Crip.
telling you now. He's the real Crip.
Right.
He's cripping all over the world.
Tukey ain't got nothing on him.
Nothing. And they letting them get away with it.
Yep.
This is what people are not understanding. Walking around here under these spells of religion, following these religions, is not telling y'all the truth. These people is on a mission.
It sure is.
Look at this picture. From the new Middle East to Greater Israel, a review of the pattern of domination and strategy of indigenous confrontation. That's crazy. How you gonna rename something the new Middle East?
And there's people living there already.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same crap America did with the Indians, with the Native Americans and Africans that lived here.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, what you call it should be mad as hell. The FBAs and the ADUSs should be mad as hell watching Netanyahu do this.
They don't think they got nothing to do with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They too busy worrying about the European over here.
They ain't even worried about that. They worried about other black people.
That too. But that's all they talk about is them. They the new Nation of Islam and the gods and earth and the Moors talking points. They still on the white man, the devil. And they don't realize that the white man over here scared to death of this white man.
Yep.
Because he got the whole political system and presidency under wraps.
Yep.
They the only ones that's getting billions on top of billions.
Yep.
And murdering the whole world. They still worry about arguing with like you said, arguing with ADOS.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all finna get exterminated.
Yep. What kills me about Netanyahu is that Israel has a president. You don't never hear about him.
Nope.
It's like he the only one making decisions. I thought he was just the one leader, but Israel actually has a president. That's the crazy part.
Mm-hmm. Because the president ain't gonna say nothing because he's down with it.
Right.
Somebody got to go out there and be the face of the Greater Israel Project,
Mm-hmm.
which was established and put into play in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And Herzl was an atheist, so it's like if you're an atheist, that means you don't believe in God.
Right.
So how are you gonna help people go back to a homeland if they say God gave it to them? If you don't believe in a God, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you funding something like that?
Exactly.
So everything they doing is based on a lie
Mm-hmm.
and distortion of reality. All right, the outer court given to the Gentiles. In prophetic language, Gentiles historically meant non-Israelite nations. In modern interpretation, this might symbolize international oppression on Israel, union or global governance influence, conflict involving surrounding nations. Many prophecies interpreters connect this with global debates about Jerusalem's status. Side note, remember, Israel has been attacking all its surrounding nations and using America like a rabid dog on a leash. I found that doing some research.
You got the dog on a leash with Trump.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they got. That's how they got us.
Crazy.
The two witnesses. If someone forced a symbolic analogy with Trump and Netanyahu, the reasoning might go like this. Netanyahu represents the Israeli political authority tied to the temple or holy city. Trump represents the foreign ally who publicly defends Israel's claims. Supporters of that symbolism might point to events like the United States recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital in 2017. Close U.S.-Israel political alignment during Trump's presidency. In that narrative, the two witnesses would be two political figures loudly defending Israel's position during a time of international conflict. So, for those Christian religionists or Bible thumpers, they all believe that the two witnesses are either in Israel personally, or they will be, and if they show up, they're going to be protecting Israel and doing whatever. My response. Let's define martyr in Revelation chapter 11. Because all of this is going to lead into what we're trying to make happen in the next couple of videos. Even though we didn't get to this verse yet, I had to bring this early, and you're going to see why. So this is the Greek of Revelation, verse 3. And it says, I will grant to thee two witnesses of me, and they will prophesy days 1,000. All right, so we already know this is the moon god and Osiris talking, because it's two. You got martyrs, meaning witness and martyr. And one of the definitions is judicially. And it's also masculine. So we know that these are men. They just lying about what they're gonna look like. They're gonna say, oh yeah, these two witnesses gonna be dressed like they poor. That's a damn lie. Reverse.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes got cake. They got billions. Access to billions. That's why Who said they wrote the Bible to read like they wanted to read. They're gonna say, oh, they'll notice who these is if we say they're gonna come looking, decked out and savvy. Right? And say they're gonna be broke looking. Got the whole world looking for two broke men with power. Make no sense. Not in capitalism, there's no such thing as having no money and you got power. That's a damn lie.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, I told y'all to remember the number 32. That book was written in 1932. Martyr equals 32. And look at all the words that came out to 32. Now, Jacob is Israel.
Mm-hmm.
America 32, Donald is 23, BB is 32, and Martyr is 32. Look at the numbers that the two witnesses are in the Greek concordance. (1417) and 3144. Then I looked at the word closer. Look, nut 2 is descend. They got the word sin at the end of the word. 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 13. Marty sin. 3144. 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. As you can see, the numbers 23 and 32 for the gematria for Trump, BB, Jacob, and America. Both of these leaders in country and state, Israel, are leading the world in sin according to their religions and the gods they are incarnations of. Afroon stated earlier that the Bible was written to read like they wanted it to. You are looking at the two witnesses because they are not fighters. They are watchers and feeding the demon gods and goddesses of war. They ain't going nowhere. They sitting behind. They politicians. They not going out there to die. Listen to Sound Right Cause and Reason. The two witnesses aren't to be martyred because these two misleaders send others off to be martyred for the pleasure and honor of the moon god and Osiris, Osar, the underworld god, and to finish the playbook called Revelation. Trump lambasted for callous comments on fallen U.S. heroes. That's because he don't care who get killed. That's when the moon god is present. The moon god said that. That's what they heard. The moon god said, I don't give a darn. Trump threatens Iran with force never seen before. Israel launches new strikes. Prime Minister Netanyahu on the eve of the Holocaust Martyrs and Heroes Remembrance Day.
Crazy.
Number 4. This gonna be another part. The 1,260 days / 42 months. Prophetically, this equals about 3.5 years, which is biblical symbolism often represent a period of turmoil before resolution. In a modern political allegory, interpreters might frame it as a temporary period of geopolitical upheaval, escalating conflicts surrounding Israel and Jerusalem. My response for my book, The 144,000 and Numerous Sounds, on our website, Find 9 News. Find9news.com. Nupu's version, explanation, I will appoint my 2 witnesses and they will prophesy for 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. This is the same verse for verse 2 equal, except that the 3.5 years have not arrived yet. Explanation with added information, inspiration, revelation. Listen to Sound Right Cause and Peace Part, but the 2 olive trees represent olive oil, turpentine oil, and Nupu Unu Nupu and Tarkina Unu Nupu. Is there a connection between olive oil and turpentine oil? AI responds. They are the 2 olive trees and 2 lampstands, and they stand before the Lord of the earth. Side note, the Lord of earth is the moon god Tahuti, aka Lord Shiva, Lord Yahweh. If anyone tries to harm them, fire comes from their mouths and devours their enemies. This is how anyone who wants to harm them must die. These are recent images from the Iran war, like fire coming out of the sky. They have power to shut up the heavens, so it will not rain during the time they are prophesying. Netanyahu sends message to people of Iran as country faces water crisis. Cut your water off, kid. And this was August 18th, 2025. Israel has been glaciogenic cloud seeding since the 60s. And they have power to turn the waters into blood to strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. The 3 forms of weaponization of water in Gaza. Related to the first form of weaponization, flooding. On the 4th of December, the Wall Street Journal reported that Israeli forces had assembled a system of 5 large pumps that could use to flood Hamas' network of tunnels under Gaza. On the 5th of December, Israeli Defense Force Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi appeared to confirm that he thought this was a good idea. Number 2, related to the second form of weaponization, contamination. The World Health Organization has expressed concern over the deterioration of public health in Gaza, which is in part caused by limitation in access to safely managed water, the prevalence of untreated sewage, and overcrowding through the internal displacement of 1.8 million people before the 7th of October. 90% of the water supplies in Gaza were already unsafe to drink, with high salinity, I guess, the salt levels and contamination by E. coli. Number 3, in relation to the third form of weaponization constriction, the Israeli Minister of Energy, Israel Katz, made the weaponization of electricity, water, and fuel official government policy on the 12th of October, announcing that neither electricity, water, nor fuel will be supplied to Gaza Strip until hostages taken by Hamas will return. While the average consumption of water in Gaza was 83 liters per day prior to the recent outbreak of conflict in early October, the average access to water had dropped to 3 liters per day.
Dang.
In mid-October, on the 10th of December, Israeli warplanes reportedly destroyed the water supply lines in Khan Yunis and Rafah, further limiting already scarce water supplies in Gaza. So that's my presentation for part 2 until next time. So we're gonna end that there. Anything you want to add, Kim?
No, that was pretty good segue into, because we got to really break down who these 2 witnesses are. I mean, I have a different interpretation, but it's similar. You know, for you, you know, it's the individuals. For me, it's the nations. You know, I think it's the United States of America and Israel, but it functions the same exact way. So they are a representation of the system itself. So that there's no difference or distinction between the two. They just happen to be the figurehead of the one that are that's running the game. But either way, yeah, that was a breakdown, especially what sticks out in my mind is having the power to shut up the heavens and, you know, or do all these miraculous things. And you can literally see them doing miraculous things. This is not for play. You understand what I'm saying? So even though it's the language sounds like it's like it's unbelievable, these are things that they can actually do with technology. They can do this with the technology. This is their superpower. Their superpower is technology. You know, like Iron Man. So that this they are the Iron Man of today, being able to use their technological advances in order to beat any army that they want out there. But yeah, it was a wonderful breakdown, Ken, as always. So I'm appreciative of that. I'll just save my piece for another time. But that was excellent.
Yeah, that's why I put Israel and America in there too, because they all interchange.
Okay, got you. Yeah, because right, because in my opinion, if let's just say, for instance, Donald Trump or Netanyahu get taken out, the plan still goes, regardless. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we when we get to the part where the 2 witnesses get taken out, that's a different language that we're gonna see, and we're gonna see how I break it down, you know, because that's when it comes into, well, we can just talk about it because eventually we're gonna get there. It's gonna be the 2 nations falling. It has to be the 2 nations falling. It can't be the individual, because the plan still has to go through. Because if Donald Trump get taken out, you know, JD Vance gonna just take over where he, you know, pass the baton. You know what I mean? And Israel still gonna do. You think them rabbis gonna say, oh yeah, Netanyahu died, the plan is dead? Hell no. The plan's still gonna keep going. So that's why if the 2 witnesses end up being 2 individuals that get killed, no, they gonna just replace them with 2 other people, and the plan still goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, but that was excellent though, Ken.
Yeah, we heating up.
Mm-hmm.
Heating up. So okay, so that was good. We was on 35 minutes. That's good. So we'll try to conclude this hopefully tomorrow or something like that before the week is out. So we thank everybody for coming out. I know Carl had to go, so he couldn't hang with us on the second one. I'm pretty sure he probably still listening. So feel better, Ken. And Nebo, he had some family things to take care of. So I know next go around he'll be here. All right, True